Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because tonight's tea is boiling over and splashing everywhere. Papoose has just gone public, and the so-called side dude rumor that's been haunting him like a bad mixtape has officially been flipped upside down. And guess who's right at the center of this mess? None other than Claressa Shields, the self-proclaimed GW, who apparently thought her power punches extended outside the ring. But here's the kicker. Tappa says he's got proof. Receipts evidence that not only clears his name, but might just drag Claressa into one of the messiest scandals hip-hop and boxing culture have ever collided over. So ask yourself, was Papoose really Claressa's secret side project? Or has the internet been feeding off hooked up in some anonymous DM chain? And if he wasn't the side dude, then who was? Why was Claressa so quick to let the whispers linger? Why didn't she step in sooner to stop the narrative? And most importantly, what does she have to lose if the truth finally explodes? Fans are split, timelines are messy, and leaked screenshots are already circulating faster than a fake Drake AI track. One thing's clear, this isn't just gossip. This is war, from the outside. It looked like just another celebrity rumor cooked up by board bloggers and Instagram tea pages. But deep inside the circles of hip-hop and boxing, whispers about Papoose and Claressa Shields were louder than a stadium full of drunk fight fans. For months, the internet kept replaying the same ugly label, side dude Papoose. The man who built a reputation as one of the most loyal partners in hip-hop was suddenly being painted as some kind of secret backup boyfriend, a filler character in Claressa's messy love life subplot. And the question that echoed everywhere was, brutal. How could he let this narrative stand? To understand why this blew up like gasoline on an open flame, you've got to rewind the tape. Claressa isn't new to controversy. She's the boxing champ who talks trash faster than she throws punches. And her critics say she's been living on an ego trip ever since she crowned herself the greatest woman of all time. People cheered her talent. Sure, but they also rolled their eyes at the arrogance, the cryptic posts, and the way every beef somehow turned into a PR stunt. Add Papoose's name to that mix, instant chaos. See, Papoose has always been that one figure in hip-hop who carried himself differently. While others drowned in scandals, he played the role of a loyal husband, the family man, the one who would never. But loyalty doesn't make headlines. Scandals do. And so, when screenshots started popping up, DMs, allegedly between him and Claressa, the internet pounced. Caught slipping. One post screamed, "Side dude confirmed." Another one said, racking up 50,000 likes overnight. But here's where it gets deliciously messy. According to sources who claim to be deep inside the circle, don't you love how these ghosts always pop up? The entire side dude narrative was less about truth and more about power. Claressa allegedly needed a distraction. Around the time the rumor first broke, she was knee-deep in backlash for comments she made about female boxers being irrelevant without her name. Critics were dragging her, promoters were getting nervous, and ticket sales were stalling. Enter the perfect diversion. A little rumor about her and a hip-hop heavyweight. Coincidence or calculated? One anonymous source, who swore they had been at a private after-party where Claressa spilled way too much honey, claimed she openly bragged, "I can make headlines whenever I want. All I got to do is drop a name and people will run with it." Did she drop Papoose's name, or did someone else connect the dots for her? Either way, the fire was lit. Now, fast forward to Papoose's breaking point. After months of silence, denial, and watching his legacy get dragged through the mud, the man snapped. But instead of firing off random tweets like most rappers do, Papoose did what no one expected. He went public with what he calls proof. Proof that he was never Claressa's side dude. Proof that the rumors were staged, manipulated, and spread, with one clear intention: to break him down while building her up. And when he dropped it, the internet went into meltdown mode. Screenshots of call logs, timestamps, and text messages that allegedly showed he wasn't even in the same state when the so-called link-ups were happening. A flight record showing him performing at a festival in Atlanta while rumors claimed he was hanging out in Vegas with Claressa. Even a DM thread where he supposedly told her, "Stop dragging my name into your circus. I got a family. I got a legacy." Of course, skeptics jumped in instantly. This could all be fabricated. One fan tweeted, "Screenshots don't mean anything in 2025, AI can fake everything." Another posted, "If Papoose wasn't guilty, why did he wait this long to speak?" Silence is suspicious. And just like that, the debate spiraled. But let's pause for a second. Why would Claressa want to keep this rumor alive? Well, if you look at her track record, drama has always been part of her brand. Whether it's beefing with other fighters, trashing promoters, or making headlines that overshadow her opponents, Claressa has mastered the art of scandalous strategy. And here's the kicker. The side dude rumor didn't hurt her career. It boosted it. Suddenly, gossip blogs that had zero interest in women's boxing were writing about her. Suddenly, casual fans who didn't know the difference between a jab and an uppercut were Googling her name. Scandal sells, and Claressa knows it. Meanwhile, Papoose got stuck playing defense. Imagine being branded something you never were. Watching people meme your face with captions like "side dude energy" or "Remy's husband caught lacking." It wasn't just internet chatter. It started seeping into his shows, his interviews, even his reputation in the industry. Promoters didn't want the messy headlines. Radio hosts asked shady questions. And suddenly, the man who was known for standing tall became the butt of an ongoing joke. But here's where things turned darker. According to a so-called leaked report floating around industry group chats, Papoose had been approached by a PR fixer who claimed they could kill the rumor for a price. The figure? $250,000, the offer. To bury every blog post, scrub every trending hashtag, and replace the narrative with something more favorable. That's when it clicked. This wasn't just gossip. It was a business. A machine that thrives on chaos, clicks, and cash. And if you think that's extreme, wait till you hear this. Insiders also claim Claressa's team encouraged the rumor behind closed doors. One alleged staff member told a blogger, "We don't correct the record because it's good press. People are talking. That's what matters." So, if Papoose was collateral damage, so be it. After all, in a world where attention is currency, what's a little reputational bloodshed? By the time Papoose finally came forward with his so-called proof, the stage was already set. This wasn't just about him defending himself. It was about exposing the dirty underbelly of how celebrity gossip operates. Leaked screenshots, anonymous sources, paid blogs spinning narratives. And let's not forget the fans who eat it up like it's gospel. But here's the question that still lingers like smoke after a fire. If Papoose has the receipts, will the world actually believe him? Or has the side dude label already stuck too deep? And just when you think the storm couldn't get messier, another twist began to brew. Multiple bloggers hinted they had even bigger leaks on the horizon. Not about Papoose this time, but about Claressa herself. Leaked audio, private conversations, deals made in secret. If true, these leaks could flip the scandal completely on its head. Because what if this wasn't just about one rumor, but about a calculated pattern of manipulation? And that's exactly where things start to unravel even deeper. Because what if this wasn't just about one rumor, but about a calculated pattern of manipulation? That's where the streets started buzzing harder than a sold-out Vegas fight night. See, when bloggers whispered about bigger leaks on the horizon, nobody took it seriously. This industry is fueled by empty promises and clickbait headlines. But then, one by one, files started dropping. Leaked audio clips, screenshots from burner phones, even a mysterious PDF file circulating in underground group chats titled "The Side Dude Playbook." And guess whose name was all over it? Claressa Shields. The document, allegedly pulled from an old PR consultant's email, laid out a twisted strategy. Step 1. Tie yourself to a popular male figure. Step 2. Let the rumors spiral while staying silent. Step 3. Deny everything. Only when it benefits you. According to this so-called playbook, scandal wasn't an accident. It was a weapon. And if that's true, Papoose wasn't just an innocent bystander. It was a pawn.1 fake but surreal-sounding leak, even had Claressa on a recorded call saying, "Look, I'm the Jawad, but boxing ain't paying like rap gossip. If I got to stir the pot, I'll stir it." The audio is scratchy, grainy, and impossible to verify, which of course made it spread 10 times faster. Fans didn't care if it was authentic. They cared that it sounded juicy. And nothing fuels the internet like a scandal that feels too real to be fake. Meanwhile, Papoose doubled down on his defense. In a surprise Instagram Live that racked up over 250,000 views in an hour, he stared straight into the camera and said, "I ain't never been nobody's side, dude. Y'all know my character. You think? I'm risking my marriage, my family, my legacy to be somebody's background character. Y'all got me twisted." But here's where it gets even spicier. While he was defending himself online, anonymous insiders were allegedly feeding gossip pages with receipts showing Claressa had more skeletons than a haunted mansion. One leak claimed she had been funneling money into a private marketing fund designed to pay influencers and gossip blogs to keep her name trending. Another suggested she had signed off on a fake narrative connecting her to other male celebs, all to keep her image unpredictable, chaotic, and click-worthy. Imagine that. Every time you thought Claressa was caught in some new situation, it wasn't a scandal at all. It was marketing, pure manipulative PR. But of course, that didn't sit well with fans. One viral tweet read, "So, are y'all telling me Papoose got dragged through the mud just to sell Claressa's next fight? Nah, that's evil." Another said, "Claressa out here treating men like promo codes. Type in side dude to unlock her next headline." The jokes were brutal, but behind the sarcasm was something serious. People were starting to question her integrity, and then came the public reaction meltdown. Okay, you had boxing fans screaming, "Keep her out of the ring. This is disgraceful." Okay, you had hip-hop fans defending Papoose, saying he's one of the few who stayed loyal. Don't drag him like this. And you had gossip junkies who didn't care about truth at all. He just wanted more leaks, more chaos, more drama. Enter the so-called burner phone leaks, a collection of screenshots allegedly from a prepaid phone tied to Claressa's camp. They showed group chats where her team discussed how to spin the Papoose narrative for maximum clicks. One, chilling. Line read, "As long as his name's attached, it'll trend. Don't confirm, don't deny. Just let the blogs eat." Real? That line alone painted a damning picture. Papoose wasn't fighting Claressa. He was fighting an entire machine. By this point, the scandal had snowballed. Sports networks picked it up. Hip-hop podcasts dissected it. Even mainstream outlets dipped their toes in, calling it a bizarre crossover between boxing hype and rap. Gossip. Papoose's name, once synonymous with loyalty, is trending for all the wrong reasons again. But here's where the real investigative twist kicked in. A journalist from a mid-tier blog claimed they had uncovered financial irregularities in Claressa's promotional deals. Allegedly, she had redirected sponsorship funds meant for training camps into a slush fund used to pay gossip outlets. Think about that. Money meant for boxing prep being used to fuel rumors about Papoose. If true, it wouldn't just be unethical. It could spark legal trouble, fraud, misappropriation, even breach of contract. And suddenly, whispers of possible investigations started popping up. Could Claressa be probed by sports authorities? Could sponsors pull out? Could this side dude scandal actually snowball into a financial and legal nightmare? Meanwhile, anonymous sources kept pouring gasoline on the fire. One claimed Claressa once told them, "It doesn't matter what they say about me, as long as they say something." Another said she dismissed concerns about Papoose's reputation with a cold shrug. "He'll survive. He always does." The internet, of course, had a field day. Memes showed Claressa holding a boxing belt labeled Drama Queen Champion. Others pasted Papoose's face on a courtroom witness stand with a caption, "Your Honor, I ain't the side dude." The blend of humor and humiliation only amplified the chaos. But beneath the jokes, the scandal raised a darker question. What happens when someone builds an empire on lies? Claressa's career was built on dominance in the ring. But if these leaks were true, her fame outside the ring was built on manipulation, deception, and sacrifice at others' expense. And Papoose, he wasn't just fighting for his name anymore. He was fighting against a system designed to weaponize gossip. Attention was reaching boiling point. Papoose had the receipts, Claressa had the silence, and the world had front row seats. But then, just when people thought it couldn't get any messier, another bombshell dropped, because one of the anonymous sources wasn't so anonymous anymore. A former associate of Claressa's team came forward, face blurred, voice distorted, in an exclusive interview with a gossip channel. And what they revealed made everything 10 times worse. This isn't the first time. Papoose ain't the only one. Claressa's team has done this before with other names, other stories. It's a strategy. It's planned, and it always works until now. Boom. With that, the scandal stopped being about one rumor. It became about a pattern, a system, a calculated blueprint for chaos. And if this insider was telling the truth, then the Papoose side dude scandal wasn't an isolated mess. It was Exhibit A in a much bigger case, and that's exactly where the story takes its most dangerous turn. So now the game had changed. This wasn't just about Papoose fighting off one messy rumor. This was about exposing a system, a calculated pattern of chaos designed to feed Claressa's fame machine at the expense of anyone who stood too close. And once that former associate came forward with their blurred-out face and distorted voice, the narrative flipped overnight. Suddenly, it wasn't Papoose on trial in the court of public opinion. It was Claressa. The insider didn't hold back. Claimed Claressa's team had a whole one things for sure. This isn't the end. If anything, it's just the beginning of a bigger conversation about how fame is manufactured, about how lies spread faster than truth, about how, in the world of celebrity chaos, reputations are currency and destruction sells better than discipline. So, leave it with you. The audience was Papoose, a victim of Claressa's strategy, or just collateral damage in a fame war? Should Claressa face consequences if these leaks turn out to be true? Or is this just the price of staying relevant in 2025? And the biggest question of all, do you even trust any of these receipts anymore in an era where AI can fake anything? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you're as shocked as we are. Make sure to subscribe, because when the next leak drops, you already know we'll be the first to spill.